Hey, thanks for coming back in part 3. You didn't desert us. So we're going to, in the last couple parts here, I showed you how to edit an image into this thing. I showed you how to make a manipulation in one video, and then I showed you how to make it into a layout. And then I showed you how to, well, the first part of how to code it. We're not done yet. And I just copied and pasted the text box from up here down to here. And now we're going to change our margins because we don't want the text boxes on top of one another, obviously. Now, the margin top can stay the same because it's right next to the other one, but the margin left we're going to double. Whoops. We're going to double it for the moment. We're going to have to adjust it. Now you see how that's not centered? You've got to move it this way. So we're going to change that. The higher it is, the farther away from the left it is. So let's change that to 50 and see how that looks. And now it's centered this way, which is wrong too. So what you do is you take it back down to 40 and change it to 45. And that should be perfect, and it is. So now you can add the next one, which is for my horses, and it's going to be a little bit lower than the others because that tree branch I had to move it. So copy and paste, and we can change our margins here. For now we're just going to move it over by 65 pixels. Not quite. So let's try 100, just out of curiosity. Might be way too much, might be too little. Never know. That didn't seem to do anything. Sometimes your text boxes won't be moving, and the best way to tell is, let's see, this T is lined up with the edge of this tree trunk. So now we can come down here and make a huge change, like 170, and then test the code and see, it moved, so we know it's working. Just not moving very fast. So you can change this to a 190 before you have to start for 200s. I'm going to try 220. Test that. Getting closer. How about 270? It's probably going to be too much. Nope, not enough. So let's try 300. It's a lot of trial and error with coding. Now I have to make it bigger. Not yet. Let's try 340. That's too much. Therefore, if we bring it back down to 330 and change this to a 5, 335 should do it. And it's sent. No, it's not quite centered. But it might be close enough. We'll just have to move it down and see. So change the margin on top to 320 and see what that does. I don't know, that looks pretty good. So we've got all these 3 coded. Now we are ready to do our updates box. And copy and paste that in. And this is going to be a totally different size. I'm going to guess it's about 200 pixels wide and a height of about 150 because it's short and skinny. Well, no, it's wide and short, I guess. And the margin top needs to change to about 50. And the margin left we're going to leave for now, just to see. Okay, for some weird reason that showed up way down here, which it shouldn't have. So I guess we're going to have to use minus numbers. This is a good introduction to minus numbers. Minus numbers, because here, let me show you something. We can change that margin top to 1, which is obviously the lowest number in existence. And, well, in existence in regular numbers anyway, and it's not going to do anything. If you look here, see, it hardly even can move. So what are we going to do? We can't make it any smaller to get it up here. What you do is you use a negative number. Don't know why that's open. Use a negative number, such as minus 100. Test that and see how that moves. So let's change this to 300 because I think it's going to take a lot to get it up there. Closer. Change it to 4. Not quite. 450 perhaps. That's closer now. It needs to get shorter, so let's try 120 tall. That's better. Well, no, actually, that's still a little tall. Let's try 100. 100 pixels tall. That's better. Now, we need to move it down a little bit. So, 420 might work. And it will for now. Now you gotta raise the margin left to something big like 400. And test that. Not quite. So we can try maybe 500. Almost. Let's go for 6 because we gotta make it wider anyway. Alrighty, now let's change the width to 300 because as you can see it's not big enough yet. That might do it as soon as we move it over. Let's move that back down to 500. That's almost perfect. Just make it a little bit shorter. Say we could do 290. Test that. That'll do it. Just gotta move it over a bit more. So 520 might do it. Aha! Just bring that down to 510 and I think we'll have it. Oh, we do. So there's all your boxes. They're all coded. It's done. It's ready to be used. And you learned about minus numbers, about the regular numbers, about where the code goes, about how to end your tags, and a couple things about layouts. One thing. If you're giving the layout to somebody else, it's a good idea to type something like this in the boxes. And the reason you do that is because a lot of people don't know it and they delete all the text and then they wonder where the box went. And to get it back, they're going to have to go into HTML mode and find the part after font color black, size 2, basic, whatever. And they're going to have to type words in there, and it's going to, for somebody who doesn't know HTML, if they're ordering a layout, they don't know HTML, so it's going to be a pain. So just tell them ahead of time not to delete all the text. A lot of times what I do is tell them that and then say, do not hit enter here either. But always put the BR tag. BR stands for break line, or line break, or that, which you cannot do in a layout or you'll mess up. And you put a little star in there because if you don't, when they paste it into HTML mode and come back, there will be a new line there and not a tag. And then you can add in 2 BRs, which it doesn't matter if BRs are in capital letters or not. But I'm doing it just so you can just see that they stand out. And anyway, you only really have to do that in one box, but a lot of times I copy and paste it in all the boxes. So anyway, this is how you do a layout, and as you can see, the finished product with text in it will look a little like this. There you have it. Now this layout, by the way, is going to be up for free use on the site. Just look under Howrse's layouts. And thanks for watching. This is the last video, so I guess we're done. So, thanks for watching.